So at this point, I'm starting to think the C8 might beat the C3 in production length. Just announced a few days ago, a new 6.2 liter LT2 replacement engine will be introduced next year on all of their platforms, including Corvette. With that, there's still a lot more models to go of C8 we haven't seen yet that have been rumored. And all the rumors keep coming true except for the manual thing. I did touch on that last week. TBD on that. A lot of weird stuff with that, but nonetheless, interesting. Yeah, we got more X models coming, all drive. The long time rumored GS, which looks like it's actually gonna happen. The Zora is on the horizon. And I still believe that this C8 generation will see by the end of its run an all electric variant. And I'll explain why in this video. There's a real valid reason why I believe that. And I wouldn't be surprised if GM at this point would start shoehorning some more models we haven't seen in forever. Who knows, man? In any case, yeah, the C8 platform is getting pretty crowded. Let's get into it. Well, welcome back to the channel, boys and girls. Happy Thursday evening. In other news, I finally started my center console bezel on the C5, the leather wrap. Just a quick little video of that if you're curious. All right, real quick, current project I'm working on to finish the dash, completely leatherized. My center console right there, got the little doors hinges off last night. I'll start putting this guy on tonight using some various stuff. I did get a new suede shifter boot. I think will pair really nicely with this. This was supposed to be red stitching. It's not. I think I'm gonna roll with it though. You'll see why at the end. So, all right, back to the video. So I think it's very safe to say at this point that GM's trying to get their money's worth out of the C8 platform. And I think they're doing it very well. And they're doing this while continuing to break records, world records on other exotic cars, hypercars, which I think is hilarious. We're not even in its final form yet. Well, we got the Zero and X and the Zora coming, and they could do something else crazy. Who knows? You know, it seems like not too long ago in the 2020, the year 2020, pre-COVID, or when COVID happened. Do you remember the demand for a base Stingray? 20, 30, some cases 40K over sticker. It was asinine. And I refused. I did not pay it. I refused. Fast forward almost 6 years and 7 model years later, GM can't stamp them out fast enough, and they're starting to pile up on lots. Stingrays, that is. And you can get some pretty good deep discounts on Stingrays, especially 1LTs. E-Rays a little bit, Z06 is in the margins, but the Z06 is starting to see a little discount in MSRP. I think throughout the winter we'll see a few more, hopefully. So as of right now, 2026, we currently have the Stingray, the E-Ray, the Z06, and the ZR1 in production today, 13 November 2025. That's 2026 model years. However, the rumor mill, the rumor mill, it seems to be pretty accurate when it comes to C8 stuff in the last couple of years. But before we get into that, I do want to touch on the brand new announced 6.6 liter V8s that will be replacing the 6.2, from what I understand, in the Stingray and the E-Ray models. And this would be for production year 2027. So GM is introducing 2 new engines for next year. The 6.6, which is their all aluminum block, which is great. They're more performance-esque engine, if you will, and the 5.7, which is going to be their workhorse. Nothing to do with the old LS1 5.7, just happens to have the same displacement. But that'll be mostly for their truck platforms and the 6.6 and their future high-end cars, or performance models, if I should say. Now, there's no official name yet, like the LT2 is going to be the LT3? LT4 is that? Who knows? I don't know. But we do know is that it's going to be, like I said, all aluminum block, which is great for weights. But yeah, I also heard it could be a dual overhead cam, which I'm not sure how I feel about, because I like the tried and true push rod from the LS1 up until now, the LT2 and the C8. It's less parts. I just like a single cam down below. But we'll see. If they do it right, it could be all right. It's also rumored to have about 525 horsepower, which is pretty damn good for a naturally aspirated motor. So no issues with that at all. So one of the biggest questions is the 6.6. Is it going to be exclusive for the GS coming out? Is it going to be in the Stingray and E-Ray and no GS is coming out? Is it going to be in all 3? Those are questions we just don't know yet. And those are all questions we really want answers to. GM hasn't even come out and said yet, hey, the GS is coming. Everyone's just assuming at this point. There's been so many leaks, internal leaks within GM, other influencers, dealerships have been talking about it. People that know people that know people in the Trust Me Pro community say it's coming. They're pretty confident. I think that we're going to get a GS. Okay, future models still to come. I remember watching a interview with Mark Russ, the president of GM, when the Z06, the C8 Z06 was about ready to drop. This was late 22.
We are here today to tell you about an electrified Corvette that's coming first, and then a fully electric Corvette after that.
We're looking at some pictures of it in camouflage.
Oh, great.
Last winter, some training that's going, some of the test driving that you were doing. Timing. When can people say, I want an electric vet, and they will get one?
Well, that's the great news here. We will have an electrified Corvette next year. So this is coming very quick.
And a fully electric one?
More to come on that.
And they were talking to him about future trims coming out, the Zora and stuff like that. And he was pretty candid about it. They did ask if we'll see in the C8 platform a all-electric vehicle. And he hinted at yes. He says towards the tail end of the C8's run, we will see an electric C8 Corvette in this generation. So given the climate of electric vehicles right now, i.e. Dodge, is that really gonna happen? I don't know, but it could. It'd be fast as shit. I have no desire to own an electric C8 Corvette at all. I'm sure there would be an audience for it, very small, but there would be a group of people that would like to have the fastest Corvette ever made. And the people are gonna make it start with a Corvette, doesn't have a motor, doesn't have an engine. So you'll never make everybody happy, you know what I mean? But they might do it, who knows, I don't know. So here's some of my predictions for the production for the rest of the C8s, the 27 through 32 if it goes that far. I think pretty sure next year, 27, we will see the Grand Sport finally introduced alongside the 01X, which we already know that's coming. It's gonna be a monster. For 2028, we will definitely see a Grand Sport if they're gonna make it. It'll be out by then for sure. By 2029, we're gonna have the Stingray, the E-Ray, the Z06, the 01, the 01X. What am I missing here? Probably the Zora by then. By 2030, it's crazy, 2030, it's only 4 production years away. We will for sure see a Zora. And probably at this point, they'll put an X on the Z06 as well. They're gonna have so many parts left over, it's like, screw it. And then I think at 30, 31, if it's still around, we will see a full electric Corvette, C8s by then. I'm pretty confident if they're gonna do it, they'll do it the last couple of years. The last kind of final hoorah to make the fastest damn thing possible. Kind of off topic, but I do believe on the road right now, there's probably plenty of C9 Corvettes, pre-production models running around in camo. We have no idea. I believe in 2015, they had the first mock-up of a C8 using a Holden, their little pickup truck. They call it the Blackjack, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it had all the setup of a C8 under this little, unassuming little pickup car driving around. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see a weird, goofy vehicle up around Michigan. It could be the C9 platform. Yeah, we're probably just, 4 or 5 years away from them officially announcing or showing that car. So, and I say this before, I think the C9 will be a pretty close reskin to the C8, kind of the C5, the C6. They put so much money in this platform. I think the C8, C9 are very similar. The exterior will be quite different. The underpinnings will be pretty close. It's a pretty solid platform outside of the transmission gremlins. But you introduce a manual, it fixes a lot of that. But yeah, it's crazy. If you told me back in 2020 that by 2027, 28, the C8's gonna have 57 variants, I would say you're full of shit. There's no way, because all of these stupid supply chain issues they had in 2020, it was like a nightmare, man. Ordering my C8 took almost 2 years just for a base model Stingray. Crazy, right? Man, how things have changed. So question, do you think the C8 will surpass the C3 in production years? Does it have enough legs? Does it have enough revenue power for GM? I don't know. I think they'll get 11 years out of it. I think 31 will be its final year, personally. Unless people are tired of it. People want the C9 already. I don't know. I think people go things. People just need quick gratification now, I feel like. But I still think the C8 turns heads. When I see one coming at me, especially coming at me, it looks really cool still. Oh, man. And also, do you think there's any trims out there I missed? Any old school trims they might try to bring back or something? That'd be interesting. I definitely want to hear y'all's thoughts down below. So yeah, the C8's getting bananas. I did a video last week on the manual. I couldn't believe that. And then I saw the new 6.6 coming out. You gotta be kidding me. That tells me they're doing something. And the Zora is still coming. The X models are still coming. The all-electric's coming out. And I might be missing one or two, which is just bananas. So it's crazy. All right, guys, all I got for today, quick and dirty. Next week will be fun. Actually, a DIY project. It'll be the dash wrapped up. That should be fun. And then we're getting into seats. And then the other little things in the C5. They're gonna do a full paint correct on it. I might order some actual legit 18-inch Alcoas all the way around. These are reps and I hate them. I hate them. We'll see. That's down the road a little bit. So anyways, guys, all I got for tonight. I'll see you guys next week. Mark out.